This is CBS.
There's turmoil in Iran as the Ayatollah Khomeini plans his return, and to the north, Mother Nature is causing some turmoil of her own. Recreational vehicles are down at the Civic Auditorium, and lots of Super Bowl fans camped out today at local taverns. We'll have details of these stories and more next on Action News.
When bad weather's coming, you need a weather radar that can show you a wide 6-state area. Action Scan can. When you want a better look, you need a radar that can show you radar close-ups. Action Scan can. When you need to understand, you need a radar that can show you an easy-to-follow color code. Action Scan can. When weather is important to people important to you, depend on Dale Munson of Channel 6 and Action Scan, the latest, most innovative weather radar available. Yours from the news known for its innovative spirit, Action 6.
A boy needs help and guidance to become a better man. So put your arm around a boy. Support the Boys Clubs of Omaha.
Family Feud at 6:30 Monday and Friday nights on Channel 6.
Reporting from Mid-America's leading news station, here's the Channel 6 Action News Team.
Good evening and welcome to the Weekend Action News. I'm Jan Rasmusson. President Carter is sending his proposed budget to Congress tomorrow, and it's expected to be the start of a year-long battle over spending policy. The budget is expected to be about $532 billion and call for a deficit of roughly $29 billion. Carter will deliver his State of the Union message on television Tuesday night. The folks to the northeast of us have been listening to reports about all the bad weather we've been having lately. Well, today they got theirs. More than 3 inches of rain fell around New York City. Temperatures soared over 50 degrees Fahrenheit in some areas, and streets and highways turned into small rivers. One woman was drowned when her car was submerged and she couldn't get out. Dozens of people were left stranded by the swirling waters and had to be taken to emergency shelter. Train service has been curtailed, and boats are the best way to get around some parts of the Northeast. The world, it seems, will soon be finding out whether Iran is big enough for both Shapur Bakhtiar and Ayatollah Khomeini. Bakhtiar, who now heads the government, says he won't resign under any circumstances. And Khomeini, the exiled religious leader who wants to take over, is planning his return. Don Kladstrup has more from France.
The scene was euphoric as Ayatollah Khomeini emerged from his house. Chaotic, too, as several hundred people descended on the area after learning that the 78-year-old Muslim leader would return to Iran Friday after a 15-year exile. If that trip was long awaited, the one this morning to the prayer tent was slow going. Police struggled to clear a path for the Ayatollah, but a wall of well-wishers and news photographers made the job difficult. In a speech lasting about 45 minutes, Khomeini congratulated his followers and pleaded for unity. "We have kicked out the Shah," he said, "but the revolution is not over. We are inheriting a country whose social and economic institutions have been destroyed. We are taking over from a dynasty that was built by the bayonet." With his words carried over loudspeaker to other people outside, Khomeini condemned the Shah in unforgiving terms. "He has killed the best of our nation," said the religious leader. "He must be brought back to Iran to pay for his crimes." No mention was made of the present civilian government of Shapur Bakhtiar, or what would be done if Bakhtiar refuses to step down, but an aide of the Ayatollahs said force would be used if necessary. What kind of force the army might use against Khomeini is another question. Most soldiers reportedly are still fiercely loyal to the Shah and might stage a coup d'etat if Khomeini tries to replace the present government with an Islamic regime. Khomeini, however, says he is not afraid, that a coup will never work. He said the first thing he will do when he returns is visit a cemetery to mourn for those who died fighting the Shah. Travel plans are still being arranged, but the Ayatollah and his people are expected to leave France on a chartered jet.
Residents of this little village say Khomeini has been a good neighbor, and many are sorry that this period in which such a well-known person's been living in their midst is about to end. But others are just as glad. "Not that we don't like him," said one person. "We're just tired of the constant crowds." Don Kladstrup, CBS News, Neuf-le-Château, France.
Today there was yet another demonstration in Iran, but this one was staged by the communists. Most were students or teachers, staging Tehran's first big communist march through the city. As several hundred paraded toward the university campus, trouble broke out between right-wing Khomeini supporters and the communists who have broken with the unarmed rebellion against the Shah and called for a revolt with weapons. Women in the march were particularly visible for the fact that they refused to wear the chador, the black head-to-toe robe so prominent during the past weeks of Muslim marches. Some say the communists are